We've always been taught that oxygen is the breath of life. Without it, our cells die, our hearts stop, and the world goes dark. But have you ever imagined what happens if you get too much of it? Imagine walking into a room filled with 100% pure oxygen, taking a deep breath, and expecting to be a superhero with limitless energy. But instead, the opposite happens. Your lungs start to burn, your vision fades, and your body begins to disintegrate from the inside due to an invisible chemical attack. This is the story of how the most vital substance on Earth can turn into a deadly poison in a matter of hours. For millions of years, the human body has evolved to thrive on a very specific air diet: 21% oxygen and 78% nitrogen. Nitrogen isn't just a filler gas, it's a stabilizer that keeps our lungs open and prevents excessive oxidation. When you replace this balanced air with 100% pure oxygen, you're essentially feeding an overheated fuel into an engine that wasn't designed for it. In our cells, oxygen is used by mitochondria to create energy. However, this process is never 100% clean. Waste products are produced, known as free radicals, specifically reactive oxygen species, or ROS. Under normal conditions, 21% air, our bodies have a sufficient antioxidant army to mop up this waste. But when you breathe pure oxygen, the number of free radicals explodes like a flash flood. Your natural antioxidants are overwhelmed, and the free radicals begin to attack the structure of proteins, fats, and even DNA within cells. The initial effects may feel calming. Your heart beats slower as it feels its job of transporting oxygen is made easier. But this is the calm before the storm. Within an hour or two, the effects of oxidation begin to damage the alveoli, or air sacs, in your lungs. Without nitrogen to maintain pressure, these air sacs can collapse, atelectasis. Fluid begins to seep into your lungs, making you feel like you're sinking. You're breathing pure oxygen, but ironically, you're dying from suffocation. This phenomenon of oxygen toxicity isn't just a laboratory theory, it's a real threat to professionals in extreme conditions. Let's talk about commercial divers. Under high water pressure, the oxygen they breathe becomes much more dense. Divers who use the wrong gas mixture can experience sudden seizures underwater. Why? Because excess oxygen attacks the central nervous system. It's a terrible irony. A diver can drown not because they run out of breath, but because their brain is burned by too much oxygen. However, on the other end of the spectrum, we have astronauts. In space, the pressure is extremely low. Before a spacewalk or exiting the space station, astronauts are required to breathe pure oxygen for several hours. Why don't they die? The answer lies in the pressure. They do this to remove nitrogen from their blood, denitrogenation. If they were to immediately step out into the vacuum of space with nitrogen still in their blood, it would turn into gas bubbles just like a freshly opened soda and clog their blood vessels, decompression sickness. So, for astronauts, pure oxygen is like a blood-cleansing soap, provided the pressure is precisely regulated. In the medical world, we also know hyperbaric oxygen therapy. It's used to treat stubborn wounds or carbon monoxide poisoning. However, doctors administer this dose like a prescription, precisely measured. Too little has no effect, while too much can damage the nerves and eyes. In the past, uncontrolled administration of pure oxygen has even caused permanent blindness in premature babies because the blood vessels in their eyes grew abnormally due to oxidative stress. In conclusion, the universe favors balance. Pure oxygen is a reminder that the substance that gives us life also has a dark, destructive side. We are creatures designed to thrive in the impurities of Earth's air. Too much of a good thing can be deadly if we exceed the limits set by millions of years of evolution. So, as you take a deep breath today, be grateful for the 78% nitrogen that keeps you alive.